I have a hard time telling people where I'm from. You understand? Like, I was born in New York, and I lived in Brooklyn from the ages from the very beginning till about 12 years old, and then after that we relocated down to Durham, North Carolina. You know, I went to school up to high school, and then I left and moved to Jamaica, Queens. I lived there for a while with my father, and then I got tired of him and left, and then I came back and moved to Glen Cove, Long Island. I lived there with my cousin for a little while. You know, things got a little hectic there, and I left, moved back down south. Then I was, going back and forth like twice a week to get bootleg movies and CDs. I did that for years. And then after that, I wound up moving back with my father in Jamaica, Queens in 2008. I have memories, I have family, I know the culture, but it's hard to kind of like tell people where I'm from because I've lived in New York, but I've also lived in North Carolina for years as well. And, I stayed in Atlanta and Orlando for a little while, right? So it's difficult, but I claim New York because I love New York. I love the culture. I love the ruggedness. I love everything about it. Even though New York has changed, it's not like the 90s. Jamaica Avenue is not like the 90s. I remember going to the Coliseum. Man, summertime it's hot. It's nothing like New York summers. That's my word. There's nothing. I'm going to say it again. There is nothing like New York summers. I remember going to the Coliseum, and at the time they had an arcade in there, right? We play video games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and all of that. And we would get Italian ices and just pizza slices. Oh man, it was just a beautiful time, man. I remember when I was younger, because my stepmom, is Jamaican. She actually, used to make these dishes, Jamaican dishes, and I mean, my favorite was this like real, like, she used to make this shrimp gumbo, but it was really, 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 really spicy. And she worked out at this place. It's called Amboy. If I'm not mistaken, it's located in Brownsville. And they would close up off all the streets, and we would have block parties, and they would play Dougie Fresh, Manana Freak of the week. Women doing, little girls doing a wop, the centipede. It was just amazing. I got memories for days. I mean, going to the club in Manhattan and being on the 4th floor throwing up out of a window, like smoking weed on top of the roof of the club. Like, I got memories for days that can't nobody take away from me. I absolutely love New York, the culture, especially Brooklyn and Queens. But I can't live there. When I lived there, I always stayed with a family member. Straight up, I mean, I always left because I couldn't deal with the hustle and bustle every day. I remember I used to work for this place called Airborne Express, right? It was located in Manhattan. I had to deliver packages all through Manhattan, right? And it was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, it was like the winter time, and the winters in New York are just crazy, man. Like, snow everywhere. It's mad cold. You gotta wear 4 or 5 layers of clothes. I mean, I'm just sitting here like, man, what the hell? I just couldn't take it, man. I worked for American Express, for a little while, and I said, man, my father was getting on my nerves, and I understood where he was coming from. Here I am. I'm 19 years old. I'm walking down Jamaica Avenue. I'm drinking a 40 ounce. At that time, they didn't have cops and all of that rest of that BS that they have now. Cops everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking 40 ounce bottles and beer and stuff, and I'm coming home late. Sometimes I'm not even coming home at all. Because my cousin, she stayed in Glen Cove, Long Island, and, I used to go out there and get high, and I had a little, chick over there that I was, banging out here and there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's another story. So I understood it. Like, he's the lion of the jungle, it can't be no 2 lions, so I left. But it's just this me and New York, we have this love-hate relationship. I love New York, but then again, I hate the hustle and bustle. I hate that you have to work 2, 3 jobs just to live in a little apartment. without any amenities. In North Carolina, if you're paying, let's say for example, if you're paying, I used to stay in this place. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you 2 places to check out. Right, 2 apartment complexes that are nice. I used to live in Bexley. That's Bexley Apartments. Look that up. In Charlotte. It's located in the Still Creek area. And the Enclave, that's Enclave. The Enclave was the best, the apartment wise, but far as like the fitness center, and because there used to be a basketball court that Bexley used to have, but they turned it into a fitness center, right? They actually have 2 fitness centers, and they have like a pool with a 2 state-of-the-art grills and flat screen TVs. It's just amazing. And I only paid like what, $900 a month? I know it's probably went up more than that. But look at the amenities. Pay attention to the amenities, New Yorkers, that I had. I had central heat and air, a fitness center, and then within walking distance, a Bexley that is, I had 2 grocery stores. I had Best Buy, just all type, McDonald's, TGIF, Buffalo Wings, what is it? Target, just some of everything. Old Navy, and then right up the street I had what's the outlet? I forgot. Premium Outlet. And then minutes away I had Lake Wiley, and right up the street I had Carowinds. This was I was paying like $900 for all of that. You can't get half of that in New York. And that's the point that I'm making. The cost of living is ridiculous. And then it's just too cold. It's too cold. And the summers are too short. And this is the reason why I can never live in New York ever again. Ever. And what's so funny is that, seriously, you gotta hear me out. I'll only live in 3 places in the state of North Carolina, excuse me, I'm sorry. In the United States of America. 3 places. Charlotte, Miami, and Los Angeles, because I heard about Los Angeles. Yeah, the cops are messed up out there, but it's a very liberal state. I've heard. Liberal city, excuse me. I've heard. But there's only 3 places in the United States of America. And if y'all don't know by now, yes, I am definitely gonna leave the country sometime soon. I'm a vagabond by nature. I've never lived in a place for long periods of times, with the exception of New York and North Carolina. And even in those 2 states, I bounced around, from borough to borough, and in North Carolina from city to city. But I just don't understand you New Yorkers. Listen, let me tell you something. The South is not the South anymore. It's not. It's not country. Charlotte has a skyline. Jacksonville, Florida has a skyline. Orlando has a skyline. Miami definitely has a skyline. Atlanta has a skyline. The South is not the South anymore. The Southerners are not growing their own food. They're going to the grocery store. There's no dirt roads. So, I mean, man, I don't know what to tell y'all. I just will never move back to New York because of the cost of living, the weather. That's only 2 things. Other than that, I love New York. I love the culture. I have so many memories, until it doesn't make any sense. My name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video.